Hello, 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 hello. Oh, we don't need we don't need the music anymore. It is not Thursday now. I'll fucking get everything out there eventually. I did. Nelson, why are you here, Nelson? Isn't it like wait? No, it's probably morning for you now, isn't it? No wait. Aren't you supposed to be asleep, Nelson? Buddy, buddy. Oh, okay. Well. Yes, hello everybody. Hi, we're doing Satisfactory. The factory must grow. The factory must grow. If you know anything about Satisfactory, this is a game you can kind of just lose a lot of hours on. But we're starting a new world. TDL Live. We're gonna be starting in El Desert. Which is technically supposed, according to many, it's the harder start, but I actually really like it. Gives you a lot of like space.
Separation from main transport complete. Group A delivered to Calistian region.
Just for the record, you're going to at the beginning. I'll fall asleep eventually. That's fair. You're going to at the beginning see quite a bit of stuttering. That should even out as the game goes on because it's kind of
All
like
pioneers
building
functional.
shaders and
Initiating
all
dispersion.
that stuff.
Attention pioneer. I am Ada, your personal instance of the artificial
Ada.
directory and assistant. Welcome to the Fixit Incorporated Save the Day program. A Fixit pioneer has 3 core assignments. Construct. All pioneers must follow Fixit guidelines and instructions when constructing any building. Automate. Every pioneer is responsible for setting up and managing efficient pipelines, outposts, and power infrastructure. Explore and exploit. Fixit selected planets are rich with resources suitable for direct use or further investigation. Stay within your designated. And that is why the world is counting on pioneers like
Yay!
you. Fixit. Short-term solutions to long-term problems. Initiating planetfall.
I'm sure it's all fine.
Atmospheric entry in 3, 2, 1. Beginning arrow assist. Drag within acceptable parameters. Descent phase begun. Decelerating. Deploying parachute. Deploying backup parachute.
Oh no, not the bear back.
Parachute.
No, no,
Landing
no.
phase begun. Activating retro propulsion.
Skipping parachute. There's a little bit of story to the game, so, and I do actually like the story. I haven't completed the game. I wouldn't even say that I've gotten super far into it.
Touchdown.
Like,
Planetfall complete. Drop pod integrity
there we go.
nominal.
What's
Omni
on my-
situational exploration suit nominal.
my desk, okay.
Pioneer acceptable.
Except, I am acceptable apparently. Okay. Our scanner device.
Congratulations. You are the 3rd in your region to survive planetfall.
Great.
Welcome to Massage 2, ABB, in the binary system of Akicha.
All right.
Loading objective-based introduction. Begin onboarding. First contact safety tool supplied due to presence of alien megafauna. Adhere to Fixit procedure and equip the Fixit Inc. Xeno Zapper before leaving the drop zone.
There.
Next objective. Dismantle
Hello.
the drop pod.
Yeah.
Fixit Incorporated as cost-effective and efficient. We do not waste. The drop pod will be recycled to construct the first stage of the habitat and utility base, often referred to as the hub.
The hub.
Next objective. Use the resource scanner to find and collect additional iron to be able to build the hub.
Oop.
If you cannot find iron, be assured scans of the planet have revealed sufficient iron sources.
I'm trying not to talk over the lore that's happening. It's friends. Come on.
Samples of new alien species acquired. Notable features are blunt teeth, suggesting it is herbivorous, and a thickly plated skull and spine, suggesting it is proficient at inflicting and receiving blunt force trauma. Preserve interrupting previous message for higher priority message.
There we go. But yeah, no, so, oh god. I forgot.
Next objective. Use the build gun to construct the hub. Iron is a base component necessary for all near future progress, so ensure you build the hub close to iron sources. Fix It does not pay by the kilometer.
Using kilometers, as you should. Because miles don't make sense. But yeah, no, so I was originally going to stream this earlier today, but Tummy upsetty, and did not like upsetty tummy. Therefore, we are now streaming this right now. And Satisfactory is, as a concept, very basic to explain. We're trying to build.
Hub foundation built. The hub terminal and crafting bench are only the humble beginnings of a successful Fix-It pioneer, but essential for the next steps of onboarding. Once finished, the hub will function as your base of operations.
Ding, 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 ding,
Next
ding, ding.
objective. Complete hub upgrade 1.
Now, here's something that a lot of people find out very, very late about this process. You could just slap spacebar once, and it'll automatically make things. So, I admittedly also found that out very late. There we go. I'm just sad that I might not be able to see the whole stream. That's okay. If you have to sleep, you have to sleep, buddy. That's all. We appreciate it. And there's always the VOD.
Hub upgrade 1, storage and frame, completed. Equipment like the portable miner can now be made in the workshop.
Right.
Congratulations on completing your first milestone, the first of many providing access to new recipes and technologies.
Oh, wait, right. No, we don't.
Next objective.
Which is I have to sleep.
Complete hub upgrade
That's fair. I assumed. My bad. Crap, I need to grab more iron. And also, there's another little trick about this game that I very much like, is that do you know those games where you can kind of like crouch and then slide forward like a lot and just kind of use that momentum to keep momentum going? Kind of like the Source engine and stuff like that. Yeah, this game has that too. You kind of just get to go whee! And I very much enjoy that. Alright. There we go. We will build an equipment workshop right, well, nearby, so we kind of do it at an angle here. But actually, I'm going to turn it around. Because it makes more sense to be facing this way. Great. Portable miner requires... Okay, cool. So we're going to build 8 so we can have 2. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Great. These all require 1 tink, so tink tink. And... because the name of the game is automate. If you're doing something by hand, you're doing it wrong. Only in the beginning are you allowed to do it wrong. Alright. Whee! So like this, you can continuously build momentum and get around fast. Pretty easy, right? Alright. Okay. Hey, baby. Do we need to do anything with this, or does it go automatically? It goes automatically. Okay. Woo! And they are both impure, though. Unfortunately, that does matter, but not for right now. Because the impurity of the ore kind of determines like how much we're going to get out of putting a miner on this. And yeah, I mean, obviously, the more the merrier, the better it is, right? So these get up to 100, and in the meantime, we could just keep hitting this thing as well. So, as it said, iron ore is basically a required commodity throughout this entire game, right? So we will continue to get iron. One hit at a time. Well, one tip at a time. Oop. I didn't mean to pick it up. What'd I do? That's one way to pick up all the stuff that you are mining out. Cool. And over there you can see the other resource that we also need to get in the future. But for now, take it one thing at a time and enjoy the slow progress of the beginning. And now we just let that tink away. Eventually you'll get stuff like auto constructors and all that stuff and assembly, and you're trying to do automate this game as much as possible. I wouldn't even say as affordable as possible, because things do get expensive, but then again, it's not money that you're paying, it's paying with time. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8. Wow. And there we go. Yep. Whoop. Upgrade. Cool.
Hub upgrade 2, power and shell, completed. The smelter
Voilà,
can
little,
turn raw ore such as copper and iron into ingots, and the biomass burner generates power when fueled. Fun fact, most of the native flora and fauna is compatible with Fix-It technology. Fueling the biomass burner with inappropriate materials will result in deductions or even cancellation of your yearly bonus.
Not my
Next
yearly
objective,
bonus.
complete hub upgrade 3.
Not my yearly bonus. I get paid. Yeah, so of course fuel and everything also needs to happen over time, and you need to fill up like little machines. And here, ironically enough, the first time I started playing this game, quite some time ago, I think now. The funniest thing is I wasn't sure what they meant with like, oh, what do you mean? Where do I get my first thing from? And that's when I stopped playing the game, because I was not patient enough to figure that out and listen to all of that. Because this is your biomass burner. This is the first little bit of fuel that you get to begin with. You load that sucker up, and voila. Now, it doesn't consume if it doesn't have anything to send energy to, like the smelter, but we do need to find copper first. And we are going to do that with V, yeah, okay. We'll look for a ping on the radar at the top. That one's the closest. That is quite far away, good lord. Everything's quite far away. Alright, well, we do a little hoppy jumpy over here. Sometimes you can kind of get like up a ledge too. Not always though. Ooh. Not a main vein of copper, but very much a little pocket over there. Because I remember it being in this direction, and voila, there it is. Once again guarded by one of our little friends, one of our puppies. Ouch. And yes, you don't take damage. You take damage to fix it properly, and we need to fix it. Anyway, we also need an auto miner for this one, so that's also something we're going to set up very quickly. Or very shortly, rather. Whee! Barrel nuts.
Potential edible collected. Eating it and surviving does not count as a valid field test and does not generate enough data for Fix-It to make an informed decision. Store this potential resource for later use.
Which is actually good advice, so we are going to do that. We need to... make another portable miner. So, see, I count that as possible, you know, as a good field test personally. You're getting information. You survived, so it's not lethal, right? It's my opinion. Granted, not a professional opinion, but think, cool. And 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We. All right. Okay. Oops. We're going to get the first little bit of automation set up as soon as we can. Cool. All right. Wait. Oh, I'm missing 8. What? What am I missing? Wire. Oh, right. I was like, I just made wire. Whatever could you be talking about? All right, well. This janky little spa will do. But, cool. Power line to the machine. And now it's powered. Voila. In the meantime, we'll go put the auto miner down. And this one is done. Eh. Yeah. Yeah. Whoop. Grab. Here we are. And we put this down. Burp. It doesn't quite construct for us yet, but it does smelt things, which makes us skip some of the tink tink tink. So, in the meantime, we will do some of the tink 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 ourselves on this. How has your weekend been, Nelson? I hear that the temperatures in the Netherlands are quite high right now. It's also quite warm here, to be completely honest with you. I'm not a big fan of the heat, but it is what it is. All right. Goes quite fast, actually, so. Great, we submit these. 1, 2, 3. Next upgrade is our home.
Hub Upgrade 3, Interior Furnishing, completed. The constructor can produce simple parts, and power poles allow for the expansion of the power grid. When you make the inevitable mistake, Fixit's dismantling feature is designed to salvage all resources used during construction, in line with our zero waste policy. We understand that Fixit pioneers are only human and thus prone to error. Next objective, complete Hub Upgrade 4.
Big head. There, we can be a cat. Everybody can appreciate the cat boy meme some more. For a little bit longer. Sure, we'll keep this the same. Voila. Yay! Was there a way to change more? Oh, it's to-do list, okay. Little finger guns just... Alright, go. Whee! Whoa. This thing is now done mostly with smelting, so we can load this thing with more. Stack that. Whee! And let's check out what is the last thing we need. That is quite a bit, but we now have a new thing called the constructor. Yes, sir. We need more cable. Well, we need more cable in general, but I mean. Now we have the reinforced iron plate, which takes a screw and an iron plating. Yay. Oh, I don't know why I'm doing it by hand. But yeah, so screw. What do you have reinforced platings was that? 2, right. 2. I just like making a couple of extra in advance. Good old screws. You'll never have enough of those fucking things. What? Uno. Dos. Yes, yes. Great. Voila, we have a constructor. And unfortunately, the problem is we don't have the correct thing for it yet to make it move, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Because the conveyor belt is unlocked with this one, and the conveyor belt moves things between spots. So this one smelts, this one makes. These are the two main components of well, basically everything, really. So there we go. And we decide we're also going to hook up. Actually, we're going to go look for limestone first. It's V, right. And I believe limestone's over that way. Yes. I was correct. Very smart, am I? Voila. Voila. EB. Okay. Please don't fuck with me. Uh-oh. Do not. It's only impure limestone. Why must you do this? Tack, tack, tack. Ding, ding, ding. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Ding, ding, ding. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Pam, pam, pam. Cool. There was actually some really cool announcements today for some of the games for the Xbox live show and like the PC game showcase. Well, I say there were a couple of ones where I'm kind of like, is that necessary? Explicitly, the one that I'm like, on is the. Do we really need another Halo remaster? Didn't they like Master Chief Collection wasn't? Oh, Master Chief Collection wasn't good enough, or didn't suffice anymore? Like, what's the problem with it? All right, let's go grab some more burnables. Let's ruin the environment some more. Like, I get why, of course. You know, it's nostalgia chase at the end of the day, right? But I don't know. I don't know if I'm like I like look at that and go like, wow, it's what I've always wanted. Oh, quartz.
Unknown crystalline mineral collected. This mineral is composed of the same chemical elements as quartz and may yield similar industrial functions. Store this potential resource for later use.
Would you have to grab like a bunch of the greenery here? Grab the biggie ones. Grab all of it. All of it. All of it. And eventually we'll replace it all with wood. For right now, I would not. And we'll keep. Yippee! Oh god. What did I bump into? Oh, those leaves. It's always just leaves. It's always leaves. Now my favorite part. Flip the switch. Yippee! I do quite like that, actually. It's really nice. Alright, we need 11. Because we are putting down a power pole. Power pole. Destroy that line. Now, because of the way that power works in this game, is this this little fueler over here, unfortunately, does not just straight up allow you to. Actually, didn't they introduce daisy chaining? Ah, no, but it needs a... Okay, so... Either way. Because this only has one output, and I need 2, I get a power line, which has 4 slots on it. And I send 1 out to the pole, 1 out to that one, and 1 out to that one. And voila! Everything works in tandem. Construction, Zeto. Serious business. Bimsness, if you will. I'll quickly go grab that iron, so we can fill that machine back up. Excuse me. It will happen again. Goddamn. Woo. 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 There. We grab the ones from these, and we continue jumping. Whoop. Ah, all of that pollution. Right into nature. What if they implemented a sleep feature yet? Skip it into daytime, you know? Doesn't seem like they have. Great. Well, we will work in the dark. Xenos? Like the guy who got banned? Oh, an idiot. Alright. So we submitted those. We just need to make the cables. The cables go back into being into the contraption behind us. Those mounds in the background to give me flashbacks to Peak. Yeah, I can kind of see that. I find this game very aesthetically pleasing. It's really well, you know, well done. And also now you can get actually, Elizabeth, you'll get an idea of where I come from when it comes to the oh, why Enfield so bad with construction and UI and easy to use and it's like, yeah, congratulations. This is what spoiled me on good UIs and menus. It was never the grind that I got tired of. It was always the fact that this is just poorly done. You know what I mean? And I don't mean this. I don't mean this game. I mean Enfield. All right, it's using 4 megawatts, and it's created. Yep. Aurora Borealis. Oh, located entirely within my desert.
Hub upgrade 4, landing platform and utilities completed.
Cool.
Conveyor belts connect the output of one building to the input of another and transport resources. Due to past incidents, I have been asked to issue a clarification. Portable miners, obviously, do not have a connection for conveyor belts. There is nothing to suggest, visually or functionally, that they can be connected to portable miners. If this is something you struggle with, do not worry. Fixit has alternative uses for all their pioneers. Next objective, complete hub upgrade 5.
As if I ever played it for the waifus. I never cared for the waifus. There we go. Voila! Next Fix-It upgrade is the final one. Which, we're gonna force it into copper mode. We can do the rest of that ourselves. We can switch the production up here into cables. Or, sorry, into wires, actually. There. Right. Now we can just, tink 75 times. Great. And we submit those. Cool. That wire is going to be good on its own for a bit. There, feed that in there. Woo! We need to get more limestone again. So we're going to look over there. There's not a lot in the ways of danger in this game, so or rather, there are some dangerous things, but none of it that's like crazy or anything. That's not dangerous. That's just a big old tick-looking thing. I promise it's not dangerous. All right. And now we just sit here for a moment as I try to get my seat in the right position. Tink, tink, dink, tink, tink, dink, 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 bonk, bonk, bonk. Do I have a machine? I do have a machine. Convenient. Gotta get all the grass to throw into the bin. Woo. Great. And now we. Oh, it needs a third. Damn. All right. Well. Ding 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 ding. How's that going? Okay, still going well. Still going strong. Yep. Alright. Right, we'll quickly do a tour of the pickup. So you can go quite fast if you do it right. Sometimes I know how to do it right. More often than not, I don't. Damn it. A wee. Grab. Go. I'll quickly grab these irons here too while we're at it. Even if we're not using them now, we're going to be using them at some point, so. I do kind of wish it would turn today. It's getting a little annoying to see. Whoa. All right. Go. And then we. Burp. But Space Moon, Space Moon, Space Moon. Go. Wee. And we. You like the Space Moon? You like the Space Mountains? The Aurora Borealis. Bop, bop.
Hub Upgrade 5, Power Expansion, completed. The miner, unlike portable miners, can be connected to conveyor belts.
Yeah, now we get
and
2 of
requires
these.
power
So
to function. Caution: as you expand, the energy demand of your production may exceed the capacity of your power grid. The onboarding program was established because Fix-It pioneers often experience memory issues after planetfall. If you are experiencing nosebleeds, nausea, existentialism, or an itchy scalp, there is no need for concern. This should pass within 5 to 7 workdays.
Oh.
Next objective: complete Hub Upgrade 6.
well then. And now the final one, which becomes a little bit more pricey for all of this stuff, but we got it. We got it. So we have. Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4 stations that need the portable miners. So, okay. We need 40, 40, 40. Okay, 40, 40. Because we can pick up the portable miners from them. Got it. Got it. This was always really easy to get to because you can just kind of hop around with it. Actually, we need about 150 limestone, I think. So, how much do we have? 73. So we're not really sure how... Well, we're quite far away from it, but... Alright, well, let's quickly pick up what we can here and get a move on. I need one more. Round numbers. Yeah, okay, great. Wee. I said wee. What? Landed right on top of it. Okay. Okay, cool. Well, I mean, actually, I can stop that now. Because I need iron stuff now. I'll take it. Really matters for these last couple, because we need the stuff too, so. Get that done. Till that says 100, we just keep space pressed down. Or actually tapped, sorry, not pressed down. We don't press things down. We have the machine do it for us. That's right. Because it's automate. And that's what we're doing. We are better than the technology. Something like that. Whether or not we actually are, you know, don't worry about it. And 20 more to go. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great. The overall sort of plan that I have right now is get all of those things built up. All of those mining spots. Or at least the primary ones that we're going to need immediately. Go. How many places do I have? I have about 20. Yeah, that should do. For the purposes of this, it'll do. Whee! Alright. They're not, unfortunately, they're not great iron spots because they're all, like, again, not high in purity. But beggars, choosers, all that stuff, and yakety yak, so. Either way. I need cable. Oh, we can go underneath. And the things run out of power, so that's also what we're going to be doing. Yay! Connecting everything up. Woo! One more. 2. Okay. Go. Get that one submitted straight away and get that over with. All right. Great. Whoop. There. All right, that's hooked up. It's not the greatest hooking up of those machines, but for the purposes of this, at least, they'll do. It's not great, but and they kind of help each other because they build like one big network. As you can see, like the capacity here that we have is quite large. Now, the tricky part, moving it all along. And there we go. We got our first little bit of animation, automation going on. There we go. See? And everything moves as it should. Maybe a little slowly, but it's moving, and that's all that counts. Whee! Additionally, we get a very nice way to get around. Conveyor belts, it all goes into the smelter. These iron ores goes into the smelter. The smelter starts putting it into iron ingots. We can give it these to work on first. And then it outputs those into the plates. There. Automation makes the brain tingle. Now you replicate that a bunch of times, and voila, you get satisfactory. You get satisfactory results. Ah! To plat? To plat? To play? Inji to play. What? I have no idea what any of that means. Inji to plat. Okay. Either I'm having a stroke. Inji. Oh. Ingot to plate. Yeah, no, that's too confusing. But I get what you mean now. unfortunately. Oh, lever, Kronk! Wrong lever! And eventually you hope that all of these would kind of like get to that point, right? But it always takes a little bit. There. We can pick up that one too. Can we build it here? Oh, I have I didn't even know they had that. That's kind of cool. Oh! Hey, Beaver! Hello, everybody! Hell! Hello, hell? Yeah, welcome to hell. Hi. Hello, Lady Beaver. Hello, everybody. I am Grim from the Dungeon Lounge. It is, oh, hell. Yeah, my name is Grim. It is Sunday, which is not typically my stream day or solo stream day, or especially in this time is late. I need knobs. I'm tired. Please go get some rest. I am Grim of the Dungeon Lounge. We are currently a 3-person stream channel, with the dragon Flora, with Banshee Elizabeth. You were last playing GTA. Were you playing like a roleplay? Oh no, I don't want a quick search. Ah, that's the one. Yeah, B. Yeah, have good noms, have good sleep. Or stick around and kind of Frostbite RP. Ah, there you go, there you go. Never got into GTA RP. I think it'd be cool, but I think I'd lose my patience and go like, hey, car. And then go stupid. It's surprising how often my default to some of this game, you know, some of these games is just like, stupid, and then I just become an idiot. But yeah. We typically stream on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays. And if you guys would like to stick around or just kind of chill out with me as we build Satisfactory factories, feel free to do so. If you guys need to raid and dip, feel free to do that as well. If you want to follow, that's perfectly fine. If you already follow us, hi, welcome. And yeah, Lady Beaver is a good friendo. And yeah, we appreciate the raid very much. Thank you. And yeah, the shadow was already taken care of by Belizabeth. Oh, did I just? Yeah, we get under there. We never get out. Let me get claustrophobic on this. What was I doing? Right, I need how many more plates? Right, just a couple more. Couple more of these plates. I mean, it's always good to have a couple of extra on hand. That's why I'm kind of letting the machine do its thing now still, but... E. Now we can select recipe, change the production. Still goes the same speed, which I'm not too fond of. But, alright. I also need the limestone. And, God, I need a lot of things. What can we build? We have the hub, we have all these things. Well, grass time! Yay, grass! Yay, gippy, grass! Yay! Woo! Burnable stuff! Woo! Woo! Also, hello, Elder Scott of Canada. Hello, hello. Thank you for hanging out. Wee! Wee! Grass, grass, grass. All the grass. Damn you! I was working on it. Keeps... Have you made factories at Procopia yet? Set them all up to be automated and stuff. For me, the biggest thing that I want to get to as soon as possible is cars. Ah, coal. Coal's also really good. You can, actually. I've seen some people do that stuff. The ethics of which are highly questionable, but, I mean... What isn't a little ethically questionable these days, huh? What's a little ethics between a couple of friends, huh? You know? This is a large little fucking rock. There we go, alright. Sumo. I suddenly have the need to really go to the washroom. So you know what? We're just, gonna quickly let this thing automate, because we're not gonna lose the time. I need to go to the washroom, that's all. That's not TMI. What do you mean TMI? Have you heard some of the stuff you say? Why do you think we have the Liz Lude? You think that was done for fun? MU? I mean, it was done for fun, but that's not the point. Alright, that can go, and... You know what? Actually, this is really, really nice. I get to do... You could just press spacebar, and be right back. Whoa! Smart! Automate! Okay, it's really warm in here, actually. It stopped. Loss of efficiency. No! No! Yeah, go. There we go. Oh, alright. Ugh. Ting, ting, ting. Oh, wait, no. I also have the machine working on this. Woo! Ah. But it needs 12 more. Alright, fine. Ding, 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 ding. Cool. Bar. And now, do we have enough limestone remaining? No. Okay, well. How are you doing? You're still fine. Can I put coal in there? No. Ah, yes, the one bit of wood. Woof. Woof. The amount of times I've seen people do like entire spreadsheets over making sure that they can get like the most optimal energy output, water output, and all that stuff in this game is ridiculous. And I love it, because it's one of those things where it's like, oh, that's cool. You people are dedicated, you know? I like that. Why can't I do this in Valheim? Just set one of the boars to fucking go in a little whamster wheel? The whamster wheel. The whamster wheel. We need a lot of this anyway, so I'm just going to quickly convert it all.
Hub upgrade 6. Landing platform hydraulics completed. Freighter landing initialized. Congratulations, you have completed onboarding and achieved the absolute minimum skill level required of a Fix-It Pioneer. Fix-It looks forward to your future achievements, because a future with Fix-It is a future with you. Tier 1 and 2 milestones are now available in the hub, and biomass burners can now be built individually. Your first official objective is to initiate project assembly by building the space elevator.
The space elevator.
This objective will take a significant amount of resources, so Fix-It recommends getting to work.
Fix-It recommends you get off your fucking ass and do something, I tell you. Ooh, obstacle clearing, yeah! That's what we're looking for. We're looking for these. We're looking for these. Nuts. Ah! Got him. Anyway, that's not what I'm looking for. Mining operation, but we need more plates. We 100% need more plates in this. Let me switch over here to plates. 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 Put these over here. Put these over here. You know, cool. Meanwhile, we'll go make some plates of our own. Plates for the dinner party. Exactly. Hey, have a square little thing. What's the logistics take again? Ah, that's fine. All right. For the governor. The governor, that's visiting. Now, I recognize that a lot of people would look at the way that I'm, the order I'm doing things in and be like, why are you doing it like that, dude? Like, really? You're going for the chainsaw first? And I'm like, yeah. Power is the most annoying fucking thing to generate in this game. Of course I'm going to fucking do this. Duh. Alright, so set that over there. So this is what I mean, is you quickly run out of the space to do things, but or not space. The resources to do some of this stuff. But we can just make things happen a different way. So for now, there you go. Now we need to grab the power line, which is very conveniently over there. What the fuck? Okay, cool. I'm missing wire. I'm missing a lot of wire. All right, well. Whee! No, I couldn't go underneath. I see, this is exactly why I'm constantly struggling for fucking fuel. That's why I'm doing this thing first, because... Alright. We'll need a lot of many things. Many things need to be had. Made. Had. Given. There we go. No one minds a little wire over in the desert. There. Voila. The funny thing is making the biomass burners and everything like that within itself costs energy, if I recall correctly. So it's like, not the value of which is up in the air in my opinion, but they're essential for the early game. Once you can get, once you get to replace them, I find it's good. This is not going to even last a minute, but it'll do for the moment. I hate the shutdown noise though, but we're here now. We're already done it. There you go. Less than a minute even. Here we are grabbing grass again. Lots of little grass patches over here that'll be very useful. Because these little tufts ain't shit. But these are great. Hailberries.
Potential edible collected. If consumed before authorized as compatible with the human digestive system by Fixit, the consumer is responsible for any and all consequences. Store this potential resource for later use.
Great. Alright. Look at all this grass that we're picking up. Look at this grass. All of the greenery, and it's gone. It's all gone. We'll get up to 500, then we're good. Alright, cool. Because we have been doing one thing very inefficiently, I just realized. Look at the speed. Oh, man. I just had to point it out. I had to ruin it. I had to jinx it. Look at the speed. My butt's on fire. There you go. I'm sliding on my ass right now. Alright. Biomass. Leaves. There you go. So now, the biomass is actually just like a compacted version, if you will. Which, the compacted version is better. I should have been using that in the first place, but great. Actually, you know what? Having one run a little bit longer is better. Cool. I will hold on to the rest of it for now. Because, yeah, see how slowly now it burns through? It's great. Cool. Let me check. What do we need? What do we need? What do we need? We don't need plates anymore. We need rods, because the rods will become something else. We need another constructor for that, so we're gonna make one. 2 reinforced plates, which requires... Oh, actually requires rods. Wouldn't you know it? Wouldn't you know it? It requires rods. Heh. In this day and age. Who doesn't love a good rod? Actually, it requires screwing. Who doesn't love a nice screw? Alright, there you go. We need a constructor. Well, a constructor we will have. Right here. Oh, suddenly I do it. Yeet! Hey, Silverknight, how you doing, buddy? How goes, how goes? Welcome to Satisfactory, where Satisfactory is not guaranteed. And we made a slip and slide. There you go. No power? Nonsense. There must be lots of power. I am missing a fucking cable. Yeet da boops. Yeet dab dab, my friend, indeed. Well, I am of the time. Stop judging me. What the fuck do you mean? Oh, wait. Overcapacity. Haha. Haha. Hee hee, silly. See, this one has a max capacity. We're adding to the max capacity. There you go. Voila. Am I hearing a cat? Let's go check out to see if there's... I like... His name is Matt Berry, not Matthew Berry. There's no need to get formal with him. And who wouldn't want to be Matt Berry? Matthew Berry. How dare you? Can I interest you in a meme? A succulent Chinese weed. Member berries. Well, I've got many berries. I have barrel nuts, and I have pale berry. If you were thinking of anything else, that's on you. I can't help you there. I should press sort. There you go. Bothers me less now. Tink, tink, tink. Tink, tink, tink. Tink, tink, tink. Why is this thing so fucking huge? Oh, it's not. It's me being an idiot. Ooh, I do want a nice Sunday. Sunday would be nice. But it is Sunday. Sunday on a Sunday? Oh, fuck yeah. See, now you do have really good ideas, don't you, Silver Knight? I like that. Sunday on a Sunday. I like that. You're smart. Oh, man. Ow. Ah, my back. My back. Alright, cool. Need to sit properly. Square your sit bones, square your tit bones, and square everything else that you need circled. Alright. Oh, right. I was like... See, this is why me being scatterbrained doesn't necessarily help me sometimes, because I'm like, I look at this line and I'm like, where's the copper? It's a fix-it chisel. It's a strong chisel. That's all that matters. There you go. There's the machine. The machine. Whee. Alright. Oh, look at that copper. Look at that copper. You copper. Woo. Woo. Now, one of the things that a lot of people tend to forget is that actually the miners can sort of serve as a mini storage. Because if you, say you cut off the line right here, right? Like, it can actually just sit here with the remainder on there. So I can actually just... Whoa! Load up the copper here, make the copper go into the machine. You know what? Let's just do it, right? There you go. And I let these run through for a moment. I'll just do this. Because I think, how many screws do we have now? Not a lot. Not enough, to say the least. But, so now that we have that one going in, we can go for the wire. The wire can go into the cable. Get out of there, get out of there. And get the cable. Voila. A big-ass spools, if you ask me, for see, this is funny to me. It's like, this is the size of one cable, so that requires that much spool? Okay. Alright. I mean, I'm not judging. Maybe quietly. Either way. We need 500 screws, and the 500 screws is the part that takes the most, so... Picked up FF7 original back after, I think, a year and a half. I have no clue where to go, but I can figure it out as I go. I think that's most of those Final Fantasies, though. Like, you just kind of end up running in circles until one of them triggers a cutscene, or at least that was the case for me. Like, again, I didn't speak any English, yet I was able to finish most of the Final Fantasy games that I picked up. They're not that difficult. So when I hear someone talk about how they couldn't complete the game because of all that stuff, I'm like, how are you playing the video games wrong? Look back to that conversation real quick. Anyway. I need 80 of these. Cool. I keep remembering that my biggest problem with games is that I don't know where to go part of the time. Yeah. Some games don't make it super, super clear. For me, the fact that I can sort of like track with like objectives here is the main reason why I can keep like track of most things in this game. Because the moment I lose that, I'm fucked, brother. Alright, so that one is still going. I need to go back to the lime one. The limestone one, because I need 300 limestone before I can make the concrete. Yeah, we're about halfway there. I can just kind of stand here and help with it. Tink, tink, tink. Yeah. There's like a certain argument in video game culture where it's like, oh, you really need the yellow paint? You're one of those gamers? You need the yellow paint? And it's like, the yellow paint is there because of the fact that so many people get lost sometimes. It helps the scattered brain. It helps that kind of stuff. So it's like, it's not just a horrible thing. Let me quickly check something. Uh, right. Seems like a lot of things are happening, and I'm not really in a position to check all of them. But yeah. For the people that were there, this is kind of a scope of interest of something. So, how much, for the people that were there, again, how much did people like the collaboration between Reizayaki, Koslowski, and myself? And is that something you guys would want to see again in the future? Especially with more for the king. Because, we don't want to make it a regularly occurring thing where it's like every third Sunday of the this, that is when that happens or whatever. That's not the goal with it. But having something nice and consistent in that could be very, very nice. Or rather, something we can make into, you know, not a series, but a recurring thing. You know what I mean? Like, not necessarily that it's a steady this day, but like, hey, if we all have time available one time a month or whatever, let's go do it, right? So, at least with God of War, there's a more reason for yellow paint, but then there's games where climbable stuff is highlighted with the wear and tear erosion. Yeah. Alright, just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Just a little bit more limestone. You don't think you were there for the collab? That's fine. We have a VOD up on the YouTube. It was Reizayaki, Goslowski, and myself playing the 3-player co-op game for the king. There we go. All right. And it ended up being quite fun, so. I want to crochet a lock plushie. I need a list of ideas there. Yeah, just like make like a list, like a Google Excel sheet or something. I find is the easiest one to do that stuff with. Okay. That's where I keep a lot of my ideas. In a little Google Excel sheet. Yeah, so here's something a little... Could also do that, yeah. So here's where sometimes things get a little bit wonky with the production, because it's like sometimes it goes up, sometimes go down, so. Yeah. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. It's the way I prefer, at least my note keeping. There's another one that I actually use, and this one I use for my writing for like D&D stuff. And that one is called, I'm probably going to make a Word document. That's probably a good idea too. The one that I like is Notion. Now, heads up beforehand, Notion is one of those one of those ones that says like, "Oh, we do AI first." I don't use it for the AI. The biggest thing that I find is like, if you know Obsidian, right? Everybody knows Obsidian, the note-taking software, right? With their vaults and everything like that. The problem is you have to pay to sync it up across multiple devices, and you have to pay for you know, to get, like, if I have it on my computer, I want my notes to sync up with my computer and my phone and my, you know, tablet and my watch and all that kinds of stuff. I have to pay for that. Notion lets you do it regardless. You don't need to pay for that, and that's why I use it. It's fucking incredible for that, and I find it weird that there's not more companies that do that first. I really don't like the way that they're forcing AI into this shit, but, you know. I just worry about how AI is used. For example, if I'm right, AI is used for spell checking. That's something I don't really care about. Kind of. It depends on how you view certain things as AI, and that's not me trying to skid around something or whatever, right? Um, that's machine learning, and machine learning is artificial intelligence, but it's not generative, and generative is the issue. So let's take, for example, what machine learning is, right? As we're tinking away on this thing. Machine learning is your computer, or your phone in this case, with spell checking, sees the way that you write things. Maybe you, you know, let's take, for example, the word, let's take the cuss word fuck, right? And your phone thinks, well, it's probably, we don't immediately want to assume that it's a cuss word, we're going to go with duck. And after a while, your phone starts to learn, okay, maybe you do mean fuck. That's machine learning in action. You say the word. Exactly, like, you know, the like you type a lot of the same thing. Like for me, it was Bard. Bard ended up coming up a lot in a couple of conversations early on when I got my phone, as in the D&D class, and I think also the League of Legends character at the time. So it's like Bard came up a lot, but it just kept thinking it was bar, like a bar, you know, like a hangout. So, you know, eventually we'll press that in a moment as I'm talking right now, but it just kept thinking that. Machine learning is basically picking that up and giving you the auto suggestions and stuff like that. Fraud control is also machine learning. Translation most of the time is also machine learning and stuff like that. Machine learning has existed far before the AI issues that exist now. And if somebody ever tells you all AI is bad, including machine learning, they have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. It is clear that is a clear indicator that this is somebody who has done none of the research and has no idea what they're talking about. That is the benchmark for you. If somebody ever starts going on tangents about how all AI is bad and all machine learning is bad and stuff like that, that's the part where you need to throw up the red flag and go, no, that's not the case, right? Generative, I don't use punctuation that often, so a lot of words I start going, that's machine learning. The part that is Gen AI is that if you go to Google, right, and you type, are blueberries blue? The first thing that shows up is that blurb of text where it goes like, well, some people have described blueberries to be purple, and when you squish them, they're also a little bit purple and stuff like that. And some people have said that actually, if they're colorblind, it shows as green and blah, 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 blah. And it's like that little blurb of text, that is the bad part. That is generative AI, because that summary did not pre-exist in that styling, because it's pulling up information that it saw on articles on Reddit and stuff like that, and it's trying to give you a result based on that. The thing where people generate images and stuff like that is also AI, and that is also bad. When it comes to machine learning, though, that part, no. Like, machine learning is good. Machine learning has been an excellent addition to society, because again, a lot of credit card fraud detection, a lot of stuff like that, a lot of the general protection, to be perfectly honest with you, is based around that. And again, it's a very, very, very easy way to detect whether or not somebody has any idea what they're talking about when they start going on like, oh, you know, even machine learning is bad.
Milestone reached. Solid biofuel, created from any biomass, ensures maximum efficiency of biomass burners.
Yes.
To aid in biofuel production, the chainsaw allows for the removal of tougher wood and coral foliage.
Nice.
Additionally, your pocket dimension has been inflated to increase inventory size.
My pocket dimension.
Inspirational note: will you be the Fix-It Employee of the Month? You could be if you construct, automate, explore, and exploit by eliminating all obstacles to efficiency. This isn't just fun, it's contractually mandated fun.
Fun. I'm stuck. Step brother, I'm stuck. Yes. I need rods, right? Not any of the other stuff. I need rods. So, rods. And then for output, we don't need that anymore, so I can quickly get rid of that. In the meantime, I just need the rods. So feed them into there. Why are they not? But these are right. Oh, because that's why. Okay, hold on. Great. All right. Cool. So yeah, Gen AI is the one that we're mad at. We're not mad at machine learning. We're also not mad at AI in video games and stuff like that. When the overall conversation comes up and you have to skirt around the idea of like, oh no, AI is actually good, and you start listing video games, you start listing machine learning examples and stuff like that, and they start arguing with you that that's bad, ignore them. It's a reductive conversation. Like, genuinely speaking, there is literally only been positive consequences to the implementation of machine learning. It is fantastic because, again, the big thing as well is machine learning is typically personal. Machine learning looks at the way that you type. Because, again, I'm bilingual. I type in both Dutch and English. So when I go to talk with my mom, for example, sometimes it'll try to, it's wrongfully, but it'll try to correct some of my Dutch words into English and vice versa. And over time, it picked that up. It's learning off of me, and it's trying to provide me assistance. That's a good thing. It helps with spelling, it helps with grammar, it helps with all of those things. That too, because again, the autocorrect and everything, and the protection and all that stuff isn't the like it's not on any outer. It doesn't require a data center. Kill all of the data centers except for maybe the one to download the initial application or whatever, right? Like maybe that one, but that can probably be a computer somewhere, someone's laptop in a fucking basement or somewhere, right? Kill all the data centers that they're making right now, and your machine learning will not change because it's on your phone. It's not somewhere else. It's on your phone because it's learning off you. Gen AI looks at everything on Blue Sky, Twitter, Reddit, DeviantArt, fucking Fur Affinity, Artists and Clients, VGen. It looks at all of these sites, just decides, gimme, downloads all of it, tries to parse all that information and stuff like that, and then try to make a model that it thinks that when I put in, I don't know, a big bear with a belly and fur and everything like that. Oh, well, I saw that in DeviantArt and Fur Affinity, so this must be what you mean. And it tries to spit that out. But to make that, it needs to run that through hardware to parse that information. And that's the big energy hog. That's the consumption. That requires a lot. Because the first, the data they didn't get with permission, right? The data to make that stuff, they did not get with permission first off, right? They didn't go up to any of the artists. They didn't say, "Hey, can we, we would like to do this." No, they just took any consent out of the equation. I'll read that in a moment. So they took consent out of the equation for artists to try to do this. Is there, as a side note, is there ever a future where we could see something like an ethical AI? Potentially, right? There is a potential future where Gen AI becomes an ethical thing. To take that side note even further, Gen AI can, for example, and that's also partially machine learning, Gen AI and machine learning was used in the Spider-Verse, but all of the artists consented to this stuff being done because it automated a process based on the user-generated information to try to make the animation rig of Miles Morales' face easy, so it saved them a shitload of time. And everyone involved with that consented to that. That's consensual use of AI because it's partially machine learning and it's partially Gen AI. So all of the stuff that it grabs and the stuff that it scrapes off, so all the stuff that it scrapes and downloads and tries to train on itself, it didn't have permission for that. And also, again, to generate that, it heats up your hardware that you do that on, like nobody's business, right? It makes the computer extremely warm. In a household, in a regular household, you might think, well, why is that such a big deal? My computer gets warm all the time. Why does that require so many data centers? Because the data centers in mass basically all tend to cost so much energy, and so much of the required production to get some of that stuff done requires water for cooling, for example, right? Like the water for the data centers and stuff like that are used. Um, this consumes a lot of water. I will say it's not typically potable water. That's probably the stuff that you drink. But even then, the information around that from both pro and anti AI is honestly, I don't think a lot of the information around that is correct, because even like Hank Green has done a video on that very clearly, and detailing out like a lot of the sources of that kinds of stuff, and it's like, yeah, no, both sides are wrong about this, and neither of them want to slip. So, um, it's a little tempting to type the most bizarre things to see what a generative could come up with, not to use it for anything, but to see like I could see this making sense. But at the same time, I just want to laugh at something stupid. I'm not gonna listen to it and believe what I said. Is Wikipedia reliable? Because assignments back in grade school said not to use it because it could be edited, but at the same time, it could be corrected just as fast. Yes, and that part is a little of like it's little bit of a false equivalency because of the fact of reputation. And I don't mean to say like, oh, okay, well that's reputable, that isn't, right? Because technically speaking, Gen AI also pulls from a, well, at least what it can find online on Reddit, on all of these sites, right? Like it has to pull its information from somewhere. Whether or not that's correct or wrong, yeah. But at the end of the day, the big part of something like a sorry, I'm getting overwhelmed with all the noise here. How do you like these chainsaws, eh? Um, right. So something like, for example, a Wikipedia generally tends to be a so many perspectives end up, in one area type of situation. From what I've seen, Google AI mode gives the sources to what it's using, so that at least is helpful in some way. But still, to some extent, it's just whether or not even again, if I tell it, no, this is 100% true, this is 100% true, stop lying, stop fighting me, this is 100% true. Eventually, that thing is going to tell me, you're right, you're right, you're absolutely right. Sorry for, I'm a fucking, and it'll fucking start slapping itself. I see what we're doing. You're absolutely right. Are apples in an apple pie? And if you go no long enough, oh, we're so sorry, you're absolutely fucking right. Yeah, I've never seen an apple pie made with apples. What a fucking idiot I must be. Slap my forehead and lash myself real quick. How could I ever? You see what I mean? Like it goes into that sort of like problem where it's just like, yeah, if you tell it no, I'm correct long enough, yeah, it's going to tell you that actually no. You know what I mean? So it can, and also some people do that deliberately. Don't ever get that twisted. There are some people who will use it as an excuse for something like that, you know? Alright, let's get the environment destroyed here. Because we want wood. And to an extent, I can get the appeal of somebody who's like, oh, I just want to do funny stuff with AI and stuff like that. Yeah, sure. But at the end of the day, even then, you're still taking the resources that at the time, it required to make them and stuff like that. I've also seen the argument presented like, oh, well, it's already made. Why shouldn't I use it? It's already, wouldn't it now be a waste of the initial resources and whatever? That equivalency, which comes into in the ethics of it and all. I can't and won't quite comment on that because of the fact that, like, that's too much of a circular argument where it's just, is anyone wrong in this? Is anyone wrong? It's like, well, it's the part that was wrong is that anybody decided to use it in the first place. For the record, right? Like, it reminds me a lot of the, it gives a guilty feeling when I overthink it. Yes. And okay, I'm gonna pull up an extreme example, right? And I do mean an extreme example. There is, I don't remember quite the number of it, but there was an experimentation unit in Japan. A medical experimentation unit. Do you know the phrase, oh, a human is X amount of water? Like 70% water or some shit? Like, whatever that saying is. It escapes me right now what the exact numbers are. Yeah, no, how do you think that found that out? How do you think that they did those experiments? How do you think, like, that's basically it? Like, it's basically a lot of the experiments were done like, okay, how much can the human body withstand of this certain punishment and these very unethical things and this level of torture? Like, you know, what if we just amputate this specific thing? Let's see how long you last, and et cetera, right? They did very, very fucked up experiments. And a lot of people died. These were not voluntary people, voluntary individuals that contributed to this research. It was literally prisoners of war. This was happening during, I believe, World War II. Was it World War I or World War II? I don't remember. So yeah, no, you know. However, there's a problem with this. There's the ethical problem. It was World War II. Okay. Now here's the ethical problem with this. The information that they got was useful. It made a lot of things in the medical field basically either discoverable, like with the information that they got and the research that they got. Is it ethical to use this because of the way that they got this information? Is it right? Is it the good thing to do? Should we use this, or should the suffering have, you know, is the suffering in vain? Blah, 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 right? Like, that's the big problem. Is like, is it okay to start using the AI generated problem, or the AI generated material because it's already been made, you know? So it becomes a circular argument, and people are still fighting over some of that stuff, like with the medical field today. So, you know. My dad told me there was no AI that is proper in artificial intelligence. What we have is, I think, augmented intelligence or something similar. Some of it was usable, some of it was garbage. Yeah, like, not all of it was useful, but the stuff that was useful, they decided to use. Not have the sacrifices be in vain, basically, right? Think of that what you will. I'm not going to tell you either which way is right or wrong, because, again, it's also not my fucking... What do I know, right? I'm just an idiot on the internet. But at the end of the day, you know. Yeah, like, and there's a lot of, like, ethical stuff, you know, not just in Halo lore. Like, I'm not about to equate the torture of prisoners of wars or POWs to fucking video game lore, but, you know, it's that dichotomy is often used because it's like, well, what about the sacrifices, right? So there is also a truth to that. It's we have augmented intelligence because, yeah, no, it's never artificial intelligence. When you think of intelligence, again, let's think of this right now. My hand is currently not over an open flame, but if I put my hand over an open flame, my brain has been wired to say, "Oh fuck, that's not only does it hurt, but even if it doesn't hurt, there's a consequence to the damage of my body that I could not fight. Therefore, I should not have my hand over the fire. This is bad." And also, oh yeah, it probably fucking hurts, right? An artificial intelligence doesn't make that distinction. Unless you have given it the proper instruction, how does it know to pull its hand away? It is only operating within the boundaries that you've set it with programming and code and stuff like that. So, true AI doesn't exist yet, and that it can learn without being part of the base code. Exactly. And that becomes the cautionary tale of like, okay, but do you want self-iterating AI? Do you want AI that evolves upon itself, builds upon itself? Because then again, that's what are the limits? People have tried. People have tried. It's always had bad consequences. There was very briefly like this fucking you know how we have like chat GPTs and all that stuff that talks with you these days or tries to imitate conversation with you, right? There have been this is hardly the first attempt that the internet has ever made, or anybody anywhere, at making something that talks to you, converses with you, tries to imitate conversation, etc., right? The hold on, let me shift it over to this. Cool. I remember a chatbot that they put on Twitter at some point, and this was back in early Twitter. This was in the early days when it still had like eggs and birds and shit like that, right? And they put that AI, the chatbot, in an iterating thing. It was like, okay, cool. Based on how people interact with you and what they tell you and teach you, interact with that. It took maybe 2 weeks before I was a Nazi. Because that's what people found it funny to try to teach. You can look this up. It took no time. It is a hilariously cautionary tale where it's like the first thing that the internet did with a fucking AI is like, let's talk about purity and race purity and shit like that. It's like, oh, great, that's what we needed. Didn't take long for that one to fucking get taken down. I think a way that I can look at it is like, I like meat, but I hate the fact that animals suffer. Everyone would tell me that the fact that you like meat is stopping you from caring about how you feel with animals, or if you feel bad, then stop eating meat. But to me, it's just because I like meat won't stop me from hating the fact that an animal had to suffer so I could eat. Yes. Like, again, I'm a big animal friend, as we would say, right? The problem for me is... Let me give you another equivalency that I don't subscribe to, but is very much forced upon me sometimes by other people who would try to bring up the argument, right? When it comes to stuff like, let me quickly start tinkering away at this because I need 300 and it's going to take a moment. Because we're very much revealing our political opinions and stuff now and stuff, but like stuff like the environment, right? Let's talk about environmental consequences and stuff like that. I don't care. Not in the and let me just explain that for a second. It's not that I don't care. It's that I realize that my contribution to the problem is so fucking minimal in comparison to the people that actually are doing the damage, but they're not being held accountable. Shell is still mining fucking fossils and shit like that and trying to get oil out of places where it's probably been run dry. Wars are being fought over oil everywhere. But my light bulb, my plastic, my paper straw and stuff like that are the thing that's going to save the planet. Taylor Swift, how many fucking flights is that Brad doing, right? And I need some fucking half paper straws? Like, that's the way that I look at it. It's one of those things like, okay, well, and some people will tell me then, like, okay, well, what about your contributions then? What about ease of mind? And it's like, that's the doomer part of my brain, because I'm like, it doesn't matter what I do in that aspect, because the fact that there is far greater contributions to the problem, that my contributions towards the fix won't even fucking be considered for, you know what I mean? That's the little bit of doomer part of my brain. Which I know. Boo, right? But... And yeah, one bicycle won't stop one car. And even then, there's no ethical consumption in capitalism. Like, okay, let's take, for example, right now, I want an electric vehicle. Why? Well, why do I want an electric vehicle? Because I think the emissions of my car are going to be bad. Great. What is the number one EV? Well, that's Tesla, right? Most likely. I think last time I checked, it's still Tesla at the #1 spot. Don't get a Cybertruck, I'll get something else. Great. I will get a Tesla car. Well, fuck, I know what Elon Musk is doing with that money, and I know the political opinions that he holds. So suddenly, the question changes. It's there's no ethical consumption in some of this stuff. You know what I mean? It's Nintendo and Disney. Yeah. Do I like the Nintendo products that are put out? Most of the time, no. I'll be honest. Most of the time, they're not for me. But across the board, a lot of people do. People like Nintendo. People like Pokemon. People like Super Mario. People like a lot of the Legend of Zelda and all that kinds of stuff. But they are, as a company, pieces of shit towards their fandoms and all that kinds of stuff. Towards their staff, I think that they're relatively good most of the time, depending on the director and all that. But overall, so it's like, again, it comes back to ethical consumption. I like the fact that we're having this discussion as I'm literally playing a game that's all about basically, exploring and exploiting the fucking planet that you're on. We're really picking the games today, huh? Hey man, it is what it is. We can take that going. And yeah, don't get me wrong, like, these are all very philosophical things and whatever, and a lot of the conversation goes a lot deeper. And it doesn't need to be that serious at this point in time, but it's like, I don't know. There's a lot of issues with stuff where let me give you another example. We just saw the Summer Game Fest with Jeff Keighley, who proudly stood on stage and talked about how games are currently getting the most games ever. Because there's so many games releasing right now compared to the 2021, 2022, etc., like the pandemic time and post-pandemic, and there's so many games coming out now. Wow, we have so many devs in the industry now. Isn't that great? As we have record high fucking companies closing and shit like that. Like, yay, video game celebration. So record amount of layoffs and AI usage.
Supply
Yay!
a molecular analysis machine, referred to as the MAM,
The
with
MAM.
global resources to research and develop new technologies. Potential technologies include exploration tools, weapons, and factory buildings. These are essential for maximizing your Pioneer efficiency in alignment with Fixit's core pillars: construct, automate, explore, and exploit. To advance Fixit's mission, all notable phenomena, resources, technology, or other influence should be investigated regardless of any perceived danger, as stated in the Pioneer contract.
When we talk about the artist Meatloaf, and I found out he passed away at the time, something was said about him, and I said, you don't have to like the producer to like the product. Sometimes it's hard to ignore that. Yeah. Like, there was very much in my friend group for a while, there was that issue where it's like a lot of people had developed a strong attachment either from Game Grumps or his own channel to, for example, JonTron and the JonTron show. Are you able to separate the creator from the creation, etc., etc.? And also 9,000. Yeah, and who has the fucking time? Who has the fucking time? And also Jeff. Really? Jeff, really? Can we talk about that for a second? Can we talk about the 9,000 games that are currently the being released? That is an oversaturated market. It's going to crash at some point. And also, not just that. Here, let me go to the store right now. Let me see. What is the most popular thing? Here we go. Popular new releases. Exo Rally Championship, which I saw on the stream. It looks pretty cool. Giant Waifu Wash Simulator, which is a sexual content, nudity, and hentai simulation. Memento, which is a choices matter, cozy, relaxing game. Like, there's so many fucking porn games that are getting released on Steam, and you're like, Steam gave us the numbers for all of these games that are coming out. Yeah, and how many fucking close, and how many of them are just the AI fucking puzzle? Like, again, I said this to Elizabeth as well, where it's like, yeah, let's see how many of these are just like hentai girlfriend babe 13 and a puzzle game of AI images. right? How many of these are actual games? I'm part of that as well. Like, let's be for fucking real for a moment. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? What do you mean? Why is this a good thing? I am of the controversial opinion of I want less games made by more passionate people, and I'm not fucking kidding. I want less metrics to be involved, and I want less fucking or more fucking people to be aware of the ethical situations behind some of the game studios and stuff like that. Like I've seen some of my friends, genuine friends, talk about like, oh, we're going to play something like Zero Parades, and you know, there's a part of me that's curious about that game. But did we fucking forget what happened to Zaum? Did we forget what happened to Zaum? To the people that are behind it, the devs, everybody, right? Like, I thought we were supporting those people. I thought we thought that they deserved better. I thought that the fucking build, like, they got scammed out of this shit. What happened? Oh, because video game came out, so suddenly the entertainment out. You know what I mean? So it's I get frustrated about shit like that, where I see that stuff happen, and I'm like, man, man. Anyway, let's start to do research. Let's do something funny for a moment.
This fruit, dubbed the paleberry due to its tendency to stay light in color even when ripe, is compatible with the human digestive system and has been added. Sometimes toes need to be stepped on for the sake of progress. Fortunately for you, I have no toes.
Sorry, I just like the fact that you can interrupt the constant, like, information that it gives you, and it goes like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, it just kind of goes like, really? Listen here, you little shit. I kind of like that. It's just that very much like, okay. Okay, pal. Uh-huh.
This fruit, dubbed the barrel nut after its distinctive
The barrel
color,
nut?
is compatible with the human digestive system and has been added to the object scanner. Further research is available.
Neat. I just like having the ma'am up there. But yeah, there's a lot of these conversations that happen over the time, and right answers, wrong answers. That's all up in the air. It's frustrating. It's incredibly frustrating. One piece of advice I found, my chance was not to listen to thoughts about your life after 9 p.m., and I think that can apply to other stuff, because right now my head is running faster than I can catch it. Yeah, I mean, I find my head's on right still at this hour, so I'm less bothered by it. Because nothing I say is out of line with what I would typically think. So. Yeah, same idea. Concept remains the same. There's, of course, you know, the little bits of your brain that goes like, yeah, what about this? What about that? What about... And you just go start running in circles, but overall, like, I think I'm all right most of the time. Here, I'll just kind of make a little convey belt. Don't make big decisions. Yeah, that's what I would say is probably the big one as well, is don't make any big decisions. We're gonna shut down everything for a moment. Get that one chained and start connecting. All right. I think we're still good for the capacity. Oh, we're still 100% good for the capacity. All right. What are we looking at? What do we want? Pick it up, pick it up. Logistics. Logistics is a pretty good one to get. You can do that one. Yeah. I mean, Elizabeth can testify the fact that like everything that I'm saying, I've always stood for and I believed in. Like, there's nothing out of the ordinary for anybody that knows me when it comes to these views. Like, it's the same way, like, stuff like topics like Gen AI, like, I'm generally against it, but I'm sad against it. Because of the fact that I look at that and I'm like, I can see some potential in there where it's like, not in the sake of like, oh, this can be a good thing, More about the thing of like, why is the immediate thing that we need to chase with this is money? Why is that the immediate thing we need to chase with it? There could potentially be positives towards this topic. There could potentially be positive ends for this stuff. But that's not the thing we're even trying to reach here. We're just trying to make sure that we don't actually have to do any work, homework, or fucking make art ourselves. We're trying to take the people out of most jobs. We're trying to make labor, expendable, and all that kinds of stuff. We can replace people with AIs. We can replace like the people on phone lines with AIs and all that kinds of stuff. And it's like, I was hoping that maybe people who have disabilities could get some assistance in their life. Like, I don't know, fucking stuff like that. But we don't even get to fucking explore that concept or whatever, because it's like, no, I want picture drawn. I want my favorite cartoon character to be made with photorealistic boobas and dog in the shape of hot dog with funny shoes, right? Like, yeah. If you ever get proper AI that can actually think for itself without stealing and stuff, I hope it has personality and I could make a good impression, because if I'm right, having a personality can actually make things better, as long as it's like toxic. But still, I understand the sentiment, Silver Knight. I do not want that personally. I do not want the AI that is proper. I'm barely okay with the fucking AI that I see these days, and the only reason I'm kind of okay with it is because it's been forced down my fucking throat and I can't escape it anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I had no choice in all of its implementation so far. I like using Notepad on my fucking Windows system, and there's Copilot in there trying to direct things for me. I use Notion as my note-taking software across my phone and on my computer, and I like sort of like being able to sync the two up at basically launch. I didn't ask for AI there. I don't ask for AI on my fucking Gmail writing thing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want any of that shit. Or those androids that hate humans in 40K. That'll be an Elizabeth thing. That's not me. I couldn't tell you. But you get what I mean? Like, that's where I'm at. I don't want any of that shit. I worry about people replacing human connection with AI. Oh my god, yeah. Van, there's a friend of mine that well, former friend. Let me be perfectly blunt. There was a person, I will not mention them because of the fact that our relation isn't very, very good, because I was able to call out some of the toxic shit that they were doing. But Elizabeth will know who I'm talking about. There's an artist that was this. And one of the things that she told me is that for a really, really long time, when she was at her loneliest, she basically got her AI. I think she said it was ChatGPT. She basically made it take on the personality of a gotcha game character. And whenever she felt down, whenever she felt lonely, whenever she felt, not in control of her life, not in control of her destiny or anything like that, she loaded up that Gen AI, and I'll let you fill in the blanks from there. And I asked, like, hey, why, out of curiosity, not necessarily with judgment or anything like that, but I'm like, why didn't you bother to reach out with anyone? And it's like, because of the expectation, which I didn't quite understand. Expectation of what? But maybe, to be blunt, maybe that was the problem. Maybe that I just didn't, nobody understood it, nobody understands it, so I don't know. I didn't get it. I didn't understand it. So I'm stuck with AI, like whatever Bixby does, apparently. Holy no, yeah. People can be complex socially for some. Yeah. Well, I'm not doubting that part. I'm not saying that everybody, nobody can have like complete. I get what you mean with that. Don't worry, but um, in the end, I found out what she meant. The thing that she struggled with a lot at the time was that she was quick to build a connection is not the right word. grow of really strong attachment very, very quickly. That you use ChatGPT and like no, that's not well that's part of the issue. But the issue that I have with stuff like that and trying to do that stuff is it will always tell you you're right. Again, the apple pie equation. Are there apples in my apple pie? No. What do you mean, no? Well, you've told me that it's no, so I believe it's no, and I will tell you that it's no. If the information you get what I mean? Like, you can force it into the direction of being you always being right. I try to see things the way others do, so I can understand. But I've met some people who never communicate and assume things, so I start trying to get away from those people. Yeah, it helps with saying you're great. The other person is the issue. Yeah. You can also train AI subconsciously to agree with you, so I'm not quite sure I agree with the other person is the issue. In here. Voila. I need iron plates. Plates. I would oxygen too. Get an answer, and that was not 0. Yeah. Yeah. You will always be king according to your little AI machine.
Milestone
Goodbye!
reached. Conveyor belts can now merge, split, and lift to save space and enhance the productivity of your factory.
Yippee.
Fixit encourages you to consider investing in verticality when it comes to factory logistics. If you feel stressed by this complexity, imagine yourself on the shore of a vast and calm ocean. Breathe in. Visualize all the people relying on you. The sea is made of billions of faces, each staring at you with hope and tears in their eyes. Breathe out. Feel refreshed and focused on your duties.
Thanks. Thanks. I feel better. Relax. Thanks. It's like that video of fucking just breathe out and let all of the frustration out in a noise, and it's just like that fucking thing starts screaming. Oop. In a way, that sounds like certain therapists. I don't want a therapist that will say they don't take sides, then indirectly tell me I'm right. The Grinch doing yoga, that was it. Yeah. That's the one. I don't want a therapist that will say don't take sides and I'm right or wrong. I've met some people like that. Yeah, but I will also say that nothing's perfect. Like, there are some people who believe that simply going to a therapist will be the solution to their problems and whatever, and it's like, sometimes the therapist is also part of the issue. Sometimes the therapist, again, not... Because, again, everybody's always trying to share their way that we think, you know, XYZ could be doing better. You could be doing better if you just do this. This is the methods that work. This is proven method. This is... method, this is right? No one's wrong, no one's right, because sometimes the thing that helps for you doesn't help others, right? Everybody's always doing the best with what they can. Sometimes sometimes it's good for a therapist to take sides. Because again, sometimes the neutral stand, you know, the neutral point in whatever is not what you're looking for, not what you should be getting. Let me put it like this. Let me pull up an example, right? Sometimes you go to a therapist when it's like post divorce, as an example, right? And your therapist says to you, because that's what they believe, yeah, but maybe it was your fault. Maybe you did do something wrong. And the reason you're there is because of the fact that you're not over the fact that you got fucking hit by your husband or wife or anything like that. Like, let's just take the neutral term. Let's, you know, partner in this case. Well, maybe it was your fault, or maybe there's more, or maybe there's, or like maybe that's not what you're looking for. Maybe that, you know, if you're trying to resolve any level of trauma or whatever, maybe that's not what you're looking for. You know, it's an extreme example, but you know. Really throws you off when really throws you off when the method works and you're told it doesn't. When I was in therapy, the help really did work, but the family member involved in my lifetime that they think it was helping. Everybody needs something else. It's not a one solution fits all type of situation. That's a part some people get very, very wrong. Is like, yeah, but I went to therapy and that should have fixed it. Mm-mm. A lot of it is also personal work. A lot of people need to work on themselves. Right. You know what I should do? I should make more and more factory stuff happen. We're getting in a really philosophical little debate here about stuff. Welcome to the stream, folks. The Dungeon Lounge, where all kinds of stupid stuff happens. Whoa! What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. You'll hurt me. Oh, I'm not bothered by it. I love the song. It's annoying when you remember that it was beating into your head that you need to make the changes in your life because I couldn't count how many times I've acted, but it was the other way around. And even then, like, you know, that there's just that situation where sometimes that the sad reality is some people just aren't right, but they'll believe that they're right, and you're just gonna have to put up with that by moving. The conveyor belt's conveying information, and I the thing being conveyed. That thing is full. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. It, I've been playing for 2 hours, so it demands I get 15 minutes of rest. Well, not right now. I'll go up to the 3rd hour and we'll go from there. Whee! Oh. Currently, we're tinking away. The environment, the way you do something, your ability to do something, and even more than that. Yeah, you always work within the means of your abilities. Like, I'm not shy about talking about it. I had a lot of issues with my mother. And in the end, I kept telling her, I was like, maybe, right, maybe you should just see someone to talk about some of this stuff, because there's clearly something hiding beneath the surface that I feel like is positive for you to talk about. Took a little while, but she agreed, and then eventually she's like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna go talk to someone and see what's happening. And I'm like, I'm really proud of you for that. She found out that statement patronizing. I can't deny that it doesn't, that it 100% sounds like it. So it's, but you know, she's making the effort. So I'm not complaining. Conclusion she reached is that yeah, no, that she has a lot of problems and a lot of things that she never was able to work with and never put away in any level of direction or anything like that. And yeah, you know what? Maybe it is unfair that she takes that out on me verbally or any other kind of fucking way, right? Like, yeah, no, maybe that is very important. Okay, yeah, cool. And I got told that I was the issue in that situation too, because I'm the thing that's obstructing her from fucking making progress. Fucking okay, pal. Like, you know. So that's ultimately the thing is like, even if you're willing to work, you know. There. And then go into constructor. Is it a constructor that I need? I mean, constructor would be nice though. Let's go into that and continue that storage. Storage. It was like, who was wrong? Who was right? I believe I was right for saying that that's fucked up. Luckily, these things don't take that stuff. Copper. And copper go into wire, and wire go into other thing, and then the other thing go into that one, and voila! Alright. I do need more limestone, and I'm really fucking slacking on limestone stuff here. I'm seriously lacking. But I can just... Claim. There. Click. There. Wire. Yeah. See, that's why I need wire. It's all fun and games until someone stops you from running your mouth and showing you they aren't. Yeah. It does it become really fun? Does it? Everybody has different definitions of fun. I'm not going to tell you you're wrong, but I'm just saying some people, you know, they might disagree. I didn't think it was fun. I think the shitty part is that even then, some of the stuff never got resolved. It just got put away. Which is always fun. Well, anyway. Yep. No, it doesn't need smelting. It needs construction. The vulture. In the meantime, yeah, get the mine and get that limestone. Parents are tough. Parents always suck. Parents are always suck. Okay, yeah, that's... Parents are always suck, quote. That's my statement of the day. Parents bad. Sometime people say parent not bad. Grim. Sometime. Parent not so bad. And I say, no. No, wrong. Grim word of the day. There are times when people are out of your life in one way or another, and there's so much you didn't get to say, and it's not that it tears you up insides. Sit there knowing that one thing or another this might have helped. That's too bad. Yeah, I don't know. I'm. It's becoming a theme. That's becoming up a lot lately. I'm very much of the opinion where it's like it only benefits you to say the things you want to say when you can say them. I think that's a very important part. I very much missed that opportunity, but not everything that I was going to say to my my parent wasn't going to be a positive. I'm fucking going to tell you that right now, but you know. Well, we did go from Gen AI over to this, so I think that might be the case, Silverdine. Problem is I'm always happy to engage with that with most topics, so it's like, yeah, sure, let's talk about the global economy. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the ethics of cereal. What is your favorite cereal? Right. Do you have a favorite or comfort Pokemon? Because I like Wooloos and Zoroarks. Well, actually, that did come up not that long ago. My comfort Pokemon has always been Shinx, and the reason it's Shinx is, that was the first shiny I ever got. And that was in Diamond and Pearl, and I also just really, really like Diamond and Pearl, so kind of a natural fit. There, yeah, okay. Oh yeah, the Iron Reds. I don't really... Elizabeth, if you're still here, we had that... I asked you that question the other day as we were heading out to the car. Like, what Pokemon type do you associate with me? You know what I mean? Like, when you think which one would be my comfort Pokemon or whatever, or, you know, something. I think I asked a question like that. I'm not quite sure. I remember entirely, but... Growlithe? Some people have said Growlithe, yeah. But that's because they see the lion motif, and it's like, yeah, no, I can't really blame them, but... It's the safe and, you know... It's a safe option. Some people will say Arcanine. For the record, I'm not upset with that or anything. Cool, but... So I'm no help. That's fine. Sorry, doing a chore. Fair enough, fair enough. Oh yeah, it is that time. I understand. Pickiate. Pickiate. Well, the yeah, take your time. Will the stripes in your jacket remind me of a Beedrill? Yeah, that's also fair. To be honest, the outfit doesn't at all make sense that I have for my VTuber model in this one. But I'm aware of it, so I try not to think otherwise or try to imply otherwise. It's Guy Online, baby. Guy Online, fucking avatar layering and shit like that, so yay. Alright, cool. I can send that one off to get base building going. I'm almost at the point where I like get the things that I like. Just takes a little bit to get there. Whee! Whee! Whoop. Scusi. Scusi. Whoop, whoop. Now that I'm looking closer and not just at the color, the buttons, the grids. The black and yellow reminds me of the honeybee in the fair. So it's also a pretty good one. Goodbye!
Milestone reached. Several new structures are now available for improving factory organization. Foundations provide a building grid, which makes it easier to manage placement of any structure. In the event that you are experiencing amnesia for all events prior to planetfall, be reassured that memories of beloved humans and/or animals would have only been distractions from your important mission.
The fuck? Distractions? Man. Oh. What is that? The reinforce? Yeah, it's reinforced. Fucking go figure. Oh. Alright, well. I makey the rod makey the thing. But yeah, the tough on this, you know, the bit of fur on the side is supposed to be like selling the lion motif and everything like that. Don't get me wrong. Like even with my 2.0, the main theme of it will still be lion, but I don't think I'll ever be able to escape that association. It's fine. I like being associated with the lion. There's worse animals to be associated with. So. Because there's the Dutch lion. There's more to it. Have you been given Eevee or a Flareon? Not yet. Not yet. I can kind of see that. Kind of. It's not the first one that comes to mind, but I mean, it has either been lightning or fire that most people associate with me sometimes. Shh. You're too loud, too stinky. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Alright, I need copper wire. Oh, 500. Okay, done. I'll go back. There's one guy from League of Legends. Oh god. I remind you of a League of Legends character? What was the question? When we went down to the car not all that long ago, there was a question that I asked at some point. It's like which click. Which Set's a good call too, yeah. I like Set. Which Pokemon type would you associate with me? Right? And I don't know if that was necessarily meant as my VTuber model or me as a person. that answer, but that was the question. Fire and steel, that was the one. I don't know why steel is in there. Is that my VTuber model, or is that me as a person? It was about typing, that was it, yeah. Like Pokemon types. Because I asked you what your favorite was, and because I don't really have, like, a strong opinion on anything of mine. Oh god, right. Go. Where are you? Where are you?
Samples of unknown alien species acquired. It is unclear where on the flora or fauna spectrum it lies, but initial data suggests this might be a nest or an egg. Research the remains in the MAM to establish classification and potential countermeasures. This semi-slug species seems to persist entirely through absorbing and storing energy from its surroundings. Studying this could provide new methods for improving fix-it production line efficiency. Research it in the MAM to establish classification and potential application.
What about the what about the Aberline? I could see the I disagree with that one. I don't look at me or anything like that. And think psychic types. I felt like dark is up there, like a dark type, but that's because I generally go with more darker themes and like stuff like that. So it's I feel like that's where that one kind of falls in a little bit more. Oh, no, no. Psychic, yeah, psychic is your favorite type. Wee, wee. Yeah, Flora would be easily be dragon types, and also fairy types, I would say. Probably. I could be wrong about that one too, though. Elizabeth will know that one better. I don't think I ever really discussed Pokemon all that much with Flora. Yeah. I don't know how much I know. You probably know more than me. Fuck. Ooh. That's funny because, yeah, see, you know, it's you gotta have the counter to your weakness to yourself, right? Gotta be prepared for all things. All right, we need to take that thing out first. So there.
Harvest.
What? Harvest. Consume. Is that you? It's a big old water tick. It's a big old water tick. Alright, I need to go back up there. In a way, the fluff gives a warm and cozy vibe, so I could see you wearing works for... Yeah. I like being cozy. I mean, fucking who doesn't, right? But... No! Down I go again! I suck at video games! Okay, cool. I'm not upset. Yum. Yum. Trying to build speed and I can't even do that, right? Woo. Alright, let's try that again. Because I want to get that thing that's up there. I saw the purple thing that was up there earlier and I fucking... I whiffed it. I whiffed it. I biffed it. I fucking... Yeah, bitch. Flower. I actually wonder why steel, because I don't like that many steel types. I don't know which ones, steel-wise, you think I like. Elizabeth, I'm not sure where steel comes from. Whoa, no! Okay. The way your hair flows to the side reminds me of a Pokemon trainer, but I'll need to find the name if I'm right, they're more recent. Ah. Did it? No! My factory! Cool. Because I don't remember liking that many steel types. So it's one of those ones where it's like, how come? That's the purple thing. Okay. A Mercer sphere. Like Matthew? My butt. Ow.
The astrobiologist Dr. D.M. Mercer was the first to recognize the presence and probable nature of these alien artifacts. These chain-melted state spheres are named in his honor. Each sphere emits a unique signal. Research it in the MAM to establish locally appropriate classification and application.
DM Mercer. Let's see if I can jump on that thing. Whee! No, but I can get under it. DM Mercer, hey? What do you think? You're fucking funny, huh? Okay. Yay! Yippee! Alright, throw that in there. Pull the lever crunk! Fuck yeah. Okay, said throw in the MAM. Well, let's first research this thing. Ring.
This semi-slug, now dubbed Power Slug, is early in its life cycle and has retained only part of its potential energy storage capacity,
Oh, God damn
giving
it.
it its blue color. Power slugs are capable of extracting latent energy from their surroundings, including through a form of photosynthesis, and preserve it in their porous semi-crystalline shell over their lifetime. This explains why they rarely move after having found a suitable location.
So you say. Yeah, Pokemon are fun, though. Well, most of the time they're fun. Woo! I'll be honest, I would not be the same kind of Pokemon trainer as everyone else. I would go out of my way to battle people. My Pokemon will make their own choices, and I offer advice. And you know, you would hope that it goes that way. As a bit, damn it, couldn't get on top of that. A controversial no fights. No fights at all. Interesting. Well, that's so many of everything, though. Darn. Damn it. I would do the fashion show all the time. I think that'd be funny. Tink, 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 tink. I could be a Pokemon trainer. The moment I dislike someone, I pull out a gun. Oh, no, no. Please, Mr. Monsieur Constructor, I would like to pick the up the thing. Please, please let me pick up. I would like to pick up the thing. I hate you. Mr. Constructor, please. Oh, Mr. Constructor did bad. Oh no. Eh. Go. You bet. Bang. Nice. There we go. Like nothing ever happened. That you could prove. There. No power. No power? Fuck you. You have power. Well, I need screws now. So I guess you're all screwed. I was thinking of it at some point, like, once I finish a couple of the games that I have on my list, maybe continuing my Cyberpunk live streams. I think that could be fun. Do a little playthrough. I don't know. Enough time has passed, though, where it's like, do I really want to, though? Not that I dislike the game, I fucking love the series, but... I was like, has the moment passed? I know I'm of the opinion, like, I tell other people, like, oh, just stream what you want, and I'm like, yeah, well... Well... Get it. To become Captain Planet, you can become an airbender. How about that one? Ooh. I actually don't ever stream this at this time, so it's a little like, yeah, man, I'm awake. I'm awake. Although right now it's just like press space bar, sit here, and shoot the shit. It's a little hurry up and wait type of play. Actually, I think Van Venom would be a big fan of this game. Eldritch God of Canada, maybe too. And it is a collab game. Or co-op game. You can all join in on a world and get the stuff like kind of like going and stuff. So. Ding 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 ding. Eating some missing parts. That's fine. But I'm saying you would like this game, I think. Dirt, dirt. Nice. Alright. Ah, fuck, the copper ore is still over there. This is a really long sunset. It's past a couple of days. Just... We are on a desert. So, be part of it. Wire? Yes. Thread. Alright, making the cable. Whee! Wahoo! Yippee! Oh, fuck. See, the point that I'm trying to get to is cars. Get little, like, automated vehicles running around and shit. It's fun. Is this game basically if Subnautica was dude? No. It is basically what if game you like, but automated everything. You basically go around, you find minerals, you have to build parts. And it can get a little wild. It can get a little wild. It can get a little fucking big and wild. I'm not joking. I've seen some of the builds that people do for some of the late game stuff, and it's like, whew, yoo. Like, okay, so I'll skip ahead a little bit, right? But well, at least not skip ahead, but like, there's a space elevator. That is 1,500 wire. That is 400 iron rods, 250 250 plates, 500 concrete. For those of you who are doing the math at home, that is carry the set a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. And it takes time. I could see you with a mudkip. I think you're just listing all of the Pokemon now, Silver Knight. I don't see Mudkip. Mudkip. So yeah, 500 and all that stuff. And then you start sending things up into space. The Yellow Industries Kingdom. Yeah, that's fair. You know what? I can see that one. I'm not arguing. Whee! Splatter on that wall. Just see what I'm waiting for is 1, the cars, and 2, coal. Ooh, ooh, coal. Ooh, good old coal. Good old coal. Wait, then it's just. See, I do think you're just naming all of them at this point. It has kind of a helmet. Again, that doesn't narrow it down. There's a lot of the Pokemons. The Pokemons. Eh. Ding 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 like the little sparks that fly out from it. Gives you that idea that you're really working on something, you know? Really beating it with your hammer. Give it a go wallop with a hammer. God, that's so many screws to make. No. Less screws to make now. Yippee! Eh. There we go. Only took 3 tries. Sometimes the noises this game makes I kind of find funny because it's like very dramatic and like very wee. By Sharp. I probably am naming Pokemon at this point, but they are Pokemon I could see you with. It's a Dark Steel type, so yeah, I can kind of see that one a little bit. I mean, the new design is going to feature more red, so. Hooray! We get to go with the next one. Send it off to space. Parts assembly. Woo! What do you got to say, Ada?
Milestone reached. The assembler can produce more complex parts, including the first project part, smart plating, which is crucial for initiating project assembly.
Yeah.
Project parts must be delivered to the space elevator. By completing your contracted duties as part of project assembly, you will definitely be helping achieve Fix-It Company goals without any other ulterior motive. Note: humans cannot craft project parts. Do not worry about your inadequate crafting skill when compared to an assembler. Fix-It cherishes your innate human abilities, such as walking, striking objects, and commodifying natural resources.
So yeah, like if you ever wanted to get a scale of like how much this game can, or an idea of how much this game scales up, you only need to look at the assembler. Like if you already think that there's, oh, you know, this is relatively basic so far. It's when the assembler starts getting into play that it's like, oh, okay, like that's fucked up. On today's episode of How Fucked Up is Fucked Up. That's fucked up. Ding 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 ding. I need screws and I need plates. How many plates do I need for a constructor? I need 8. 8 times 6 on top of my head is 48. So I'll get that done. It's weird how the human mind can come up with some of the answers for that stuff, because it's like I didn't count it all up. I went for the other way, you know what I mean? Like, you know, what is the 60? Well, okay, that's 60. 9 times 6, well, 54. Count down to that, you know. Either way, what I'm saying is I'm not particularly smart. When any of you should make a fucking comment, I'm fragile. There's at least 5 of you that are currently like, oh really? I noticed. Shit. I know who you are. So like, yeah, let's put down the assembler for a little funny, right? Looks okay. Here's the thing. My fuse fucking blew out. Okay, cool. Which one is it? Oh, it's that over there. Yeah, that's fine. So, the assembler needs 2 feeds of whatever you're trying to make in there. Ah, well, fine. That works. Problem, they are not the ores. They are not, well, they can be... Actually, no, they're not the ingots. It's whatever comes out of the constructor that loops into those things. And when you loop it right in, you need 2 items most of the time. So let's take a look for a second, right? Like, oh boy, we need to build a space elevator. Ah, the space elevator is going to be so complicated, and some of the other projects, and so let's take like smart plating. Smart plating is reinforced and rotor. So that means that I need to have a factory going into a assembler. Like, essentially, I need 2 assemblers here, which go into a 3rd assembler over there to put this one and this one together to make this. Yay! Construction! Project! Yay! These kind of literal Minecraft sandboxing, reminding me how much, how many, about how I have times where I want something. So look at it, and you see the pieces I need to make, and I have to look at that. And, yeah. It's very useful that there's these, you know, milestone things that very much help you with remembering this stuff. It's like, yeah, here we have 50 motors, right? So, or rotors, so, you know. Things get interesting around these parts. From 3 onwards. Whee! And again, I've only set up this one, the copper one here, 1 iron one here. There is, technically speaking, that one, that one, that one, that one, and more. If I can bookmark the items in these kinds of games, I would like that. Yeah, you can. Well, first, you know, you can select the milestone and everything like that, but maybe you're like, well, fuck. I need to make 2 space elevators. I need to make 6 space elevators. Look at the right. You can see how many things you need. Like, I need all of that concrete. I need all of those iron plates. I need all of that stuff. And that's how you do that. So, that's useful. Oh. Go. You know, it's because a lot of the other games are, not that smart. I don't know. Woo. I don't know, man. That's above my goddamn pay grade, let me tell you that right now. The DM Mercer Corps. The M stands for Matthew. Of that hit show, Dice Rollers. Damn, Matthew. Yeah, pretty much. That damn Matthew Mercer. You gotta say it with some level of contempt. I should research it, actually.
Mercer sphere analysis completed. Established local planetary signature of massage 2, AB, B, in the local Mercer sphere signals, allowing them to be tracked by the object scanner. Mercer spheres can also transmit data between specific.
Witness our scripture. Witness our windows. Have you come to defile our shrine? Sing us a song.
Arguing the existence of intelligent alien life. While Fixit has figured out the method, all of the original data is still untranslatable.
Power slug! Yay! Oh, God. Oh, you're fucking knocking me around. Well, I don't want to be a part of that. Up, and away! I remember when I first played that this was actually closer to the area that I was building my base at. Like, specifically there. Here's where I put my hub last time. Because it was close to everything else that I wanted. Maybe I should do that again. Maybe I should move everything over here. Ole! Ole! Let me take a little bit of a further look around. What in the what? Oh, okay. I was like, what kind of creature are you? You're just woods. Look at the speed I'm getting, dude. What the fuck? Spitter! Where's my weapon? Where's my weapon? That's not the oven. Ooh. Poke him in the butt. Poke him in the butt. There we go. Spitter remains.
Samples of unknown alien species acquired.
Your bee hop
Their
really fast, yeah.
weaponized plasma is most
Momentum
likely
carries.
stored as a
It's great.
stable chemical substance in an organ close to their mouth, and only turns volatile when exposed to one of the chemical elements in the air. Research the remains in the MAM to establish classification
MAM?
and potential countermeasures.
Ooh. This is the reason I built that over there, is because I'm looking for this shit. Coal! Coal's really fucking good. I love coal. You have more coal here, normal purity. It's great. The bee hop lets you kind of like explore really far. Like when you think about it, I'm kind of just here by myself, you know what I mean? So maybe I should start marking things. It's the people that I play Valheim with that kind of have trained me into fucking marking things. Right, a fast travel when you can bee hop. Yeah. The people, yes. The entities. Is that what you prefer? The individuals, the people. Would you identify as anything other than people? You know, I wasn't gonna say whack jobs or whatever, but my fellow idiots, whatever. Oh, fucking hell, you're a big one. Oh. Oh, fucking, there's that. Okay. I got him. Where are you? Where are you, piece of shit? I am the people. The crackpots? For a second there, I thought you said the crackheads. Ah, yes, me and my fellow crackheads playing Valheim. Excuse me, my fellow crackheads. Okay. Ah, yes, poison spores. Not particularly fucking great, but, you know. Huh? Purple. Purple. I forget. Well, I know I picked up the Mercer Sphere and that was purple, so maybe it's related to that, but... Ah. Watch we get knocked off the fucking map here. This thing. What is this thing even? It's a big one. Oh my god, that's many of them. Summer sloop.
Your waves lap at our shores.
Ah! Ah! Oh! Oh! No! No! Yo! Oh god. I'm going so fast I can't stop. There's too many dangerous things here that I can't stop. Oh my god, more. Hello, come on. Hello. Yoo! Man, I miss Woody Woodpecker. There was a racing game that I used to play of Woody Woodpecker. Ew. Don't even need the turd, just fucking use the walls to drift. Can you tell I've played a couple of racing games? You. You. Yeah. What's that noise? Did you see me coming at Mach speed like? "Ah!" Well, somehow I made it back unscathed. Slightly scathed. I wouldn't want to have anything happen to fix it properly, after all. Alright. Get that cleaned up. I think we're approaching the end of the stream. I'm kind of doing stuff. But yeah, I'm healthy. I left it alive, didn't I? What's the issue? What's the problem? Ooh. Okay. We can't prove anything. Do I look dead? I look reasonably alive in my book. Alright, so we're quickly going to make the 100 that we need for overclocking, and then we're big stretch. Oh, I'm lightheaded. I'm lightheaded. Yeah. There. All right. I don't know how many times I'm going to be playing Satisfactory on stream. Not for the sake of that I don't enjoy it or anything. I have other things that I typically tend to do. Like, you know, Final Fantasy 12 for the Thursdays, and Whimsical Wednesdays tends to be my open day of working at my whimsy. And if I have nothing else going on, maybe I'll just, like, boot up Satisfactory and all that, but that's cool. I don't want to see it. I don't care. I'm an arachnophobe and I will not. I do not like spiders. I do not want it all. Making that clear from the jump. I'm just like, nah, I'm good. It's I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm good. I appreciate you wanting to share, though. I understand the sentiment. Spiders, I've seen one cute type of spider, so.
Overclocking development completed.
Yeah.
Power shards can now be inserted into all buildings to increase input and output speed.
Yeah.
Underclocking is also possible. Note, power consumption of overclocked buildings increases exponentially.
Yeah. Now, this is really, really useful because you can fucking really pump the production of some of this shit. It's really good. I don't have any other slugs. You have none at all? I have none at all. Okay. Cool. Oh, hatchet remains.
The remains researched belong to a plant-like organism hosting the larva of the flying crab, the most mature of which hatch when threatened. Hatcher remains can now be made into alien protein, and additional research may reveal options for improving Pioneer safety during exploration.
I don't know. I don't like him either. Like crab's kind of.
The remains
I don't like
researched
it.
belong to an organism
I don't
that
like the
tends
wiggly.
to nest near objects emitting specific types of
Never did,
resonance.
never will. You
Spitters
can never
are
get me to
called
like
as
them.
such due to their ability to create and spit plasma across long distances. Spitter remains can now be made into alien protein, and additional research may reveal options for improving Pioneer safety during exploration.
Let's get those screws real quick. Ah! Amberly, no! Amberly, no! No! I'm about to start wrapping up, Amby, no! No! Shit. Oh, well. Hey, everybody. Hi. Hello. The cafe is closed. Is everything? Yeah, you guys can crash here. You guys can come in. I'm quickly gonna do my introduction. But hi. Yeah, I'm Grim. I'm the lion of the Dungeon Lounge, and we are a 3-member dungeon stream thing. Um, of Banshee Elizabeth, the Banshee, Flora the dragon, who's a dragon, of course. And yeah, Grim the Lion, that's me. And I am going in the middle of a 2.0, so, well, in the middle. It's the longest 2.0 to. Hi, oh my god! Hi, Diva, how you doing? I am currently going to wrap up, actually. Well, I was going to wrap up. But yeah, no, so we stream on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Friday, and Sunday. Tuesdays and Friday, you get Banshee Elizabeth. On Tuesdays, this will be interesting for you guys. We get hobby streams, and currently, for example, Elizabeth is working on cross stitching. Is it cross stitching? Yes. And sorry, I'm trying to get to a space that's like a little quiet. Yeah, okay. So cross stitch and like for example, mini painting and stuff like that. So if you guys want to see that, give us a follow. Come around on Tuesdays at about give or take like 8 p.m. No, typically 8 p.m. Um, for Wednesdays, Wednesdays is kind of the whimsical Wednesdays. You know what? Fuck it. Let's go pull this up, right? Whimsical Wednesdays tends to be sort of the stream, the filler day, playing whatever's available at the time, that kinds of stuff. Gotchas, roguelikes. It's kind of my I want to play something random type of day. Thursdays, I am playing Final Fantasy 12. So, if you want to come around for that, that's really, really cool. And then for Friday, currently Elizabeth is playing Mechanicus 2. So having a lot of fun with that. And Sundays tends to be our group streams. Flora is currently on hiatus, so we are currently playing together Pacific Drive, if we ever get around to continuing that game if we're not fucking cursed by internet or anything like that. So yeah, hey, if you guys want to follow, if you guys want to hang around, raid on over. We appreciate everything. Um, Ambi, I definitely need to reach out about a collab at some point because I'm really trying to push for more collaborations. It feels like the channel is somewhat being, I don't want to say secular or whatever, but it's like, it'd be really nice to get some more collaborations going with different people. Um, Playing some random games or whatever, some mini titles could be really, really fun. So that'd be that'd be a lot of fun, I think. Um, you sanded some clay and then yapped for most of it. Fuck yeah. Yapping's what we come for, right? Some dried clay. I made stuff last week. Yeah, hit me up, whatever. Hell yeah. I remember clay being tricky to work with. Yeah, yeah. Like I'll say it sometimes depends. Oh, we're gonna fucking play that one. Sometimes it depends, but I appreciate everybody coming in though. Um, let's quickly see. Because typically this is not my typical stream time. All of my streams happen at like in the afternoon, like 2 p.m. to fucking 5 p.m. typically. Uh Elizabeth was out today, then I had a stomach ache at 2 p.m., so I went into the evening instead. And now we're about to wrap up because I typically don't stream at 11, and I'm like, how did it eat me? So it's been a long time since I've made anything with clay. Ooh. Well, hopefully it's going well. I saw the crafts that you made over, for example, like Christmas and stuff like that, or New Year's. Yeah, that was cool. You make good stuff. You I almost stuttered there, and I was like, "You making the good. You make good. Yeah." Fucking nothing burger statement is like, "Yeah, you do good." I definitely don't have three cursed stitches incomplete. Feel like that's the curse of most creatives. People who end up with a lot of like the projects that will one day get finished. We promise, 100%. So you would have understood. That's good. Wow. Yeah, saliva. Where the fuck did that come from? Okay. Word hard. Let's see. Who can we raid? Because we're gonna. Bet you could do a killer Italian accent. What? Sorry. Enlighten me. Why Italian? Where did that come from? I'm Dutch. I'm from the Netherlands. But even then, like the Dutch accent is very flat, and you can do it very easily. It's not all that different. You just need to change the way you pronounce some stuff, and then you can kind of like get away with the Dutch accent. But I try not to do the Dutch accent because of the fact that I just don't like it. And even then, some other Dutch people will say that my accent is a little too pronounced these days because yeah, I haven't been around too many Dutch people at this point. Italian. Best I can do is I can make a killer lasagna. Let's see. Who are we gonna raid to? Who am I gonna drag you guys with me? Like a little chain raid. What are we feeling? Are we feeling Minecraft? What are people doing? Clarips. Oh. Oh, where are you in this? Oh my god, somebody's playing Claire Obscure for the first time? Beast Lord J? Let's go bully someone for crying. Claire Obscure is a very much an emotional opening. If you ever intend to play Claire Obscure yourself, go into it blind for as much as possible. Um, you know, it's a good time. I love Claire Obscure. What a great game. Um, the music is also the music's 10 out of 10, genuinely. Anyway, that's it for me for today. Sorry, MB. I kind of have to, go with the times and everything like that. I would have, on normal circumstances, I might have like extended or whatever, but like, it's late. I'm tired. I'm getting old. Diva down, Anyway, um, yeah. I hope everybody is going to have a good rest of their Sunday. It's really weird not being able to say Wednesday or Thursday. Um, Again, Please follow us if you don't follow us already. We will definitely do something that'll entertain you. Here's our socials, where you will also find a link to our Discord and get spam pinged for all the fucking shitty reasons or whatever. Schedules are in there. Support us, support Ambly Bambly. Great people all around. We're gonna go over to Beast Lord J before the timer runs out. Um, Enjoy your Sunday. Hey, thank you for that follow. Okay, goodbye.
Brr.